I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Wetumpka High School. I'm joined by our Thompson Tractor AHSAA Male Athlete of the Week, Tyquan Rawls, quarterback here. And for you, man, it's a fun time of year. You guys are in the second round of the playoffs now. You're able to get a first-round win. And there was a time this year a lot of people were questioning if you guys were going to be able to get in the playoffs. And it took a big win over Benjamin Russell for you guys to solidify your spot. And now that you're in, from what I can see, I feel like y'all are playing probably your best football of the year right now. Tell me your thoughts on Friday night and how that first-round game went and going out there and getting a big win.
We started off strong. Offense-wise, we started off strong. And defense, we had a stop. And then we scored again. And then after that, I think they scored. And then they had picked up the momentum and had kicked the onside kick. Well, I don't really think it was like meant on purpose to kick an onside kick, but he was trying to kick it, and he kicked the onside kick, and they recovered it. And so they picked up the momentum, and they scored again before halftime. And then Coach Bell and Coach Knight gave us a talk, like a halftime talk or whatever, and said the game ain't over. He was like, y'all keep fighting. And he was like, we just gotta finish the game off strong. So we came out. We was kind of sloppy on the third quarter. Then fourth quarter hit. It was like 8 minutes left. And defense had got a stop in the red zone. I think we had a punt block. We had got a punt block, and then they had recovered in the red zone. The defense got a stop, so we gained momentum off that. And then Coach Bell was talking to us, and he was like, he said we gotta take it one play at a time. We gotta fight through adversity. And we took his word. We was playing. We kept playing as a team, and I scored. And they got the ball back again. And they went in the red zone. Defense stopped them again, and we had got the ball back, and then we scored again and won the game.
And I mean, to do that, and for you to be the manager on offense, I mean, with you being the quarterback, and to know that, that you played a big role in y'all coming back, I mean, how special is that, knowing that, you helped this team go and get a first-round win, and a situation y'all really weren't used to. You're not used to traveling for the first round. Y'all are used to hosting. And how different was that for y'all to go and to have to play on the road in the first round?
Well, this year it wasn't kind of different because we started off 5 games away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we was kind of used to it this season. But if it was the other way around, like we started off at home like we usually do, then I mean, I don't know, we probably would have been even more sloppy. But I think as a quarterback, we played pretty good. For us to be so young and have that many seniors on the team, I think the seniors stepped up and taught and encouraged the younger players to play their game. And we told them we'll have their back no matter what. So, I mean, they took our word and came back and got the win.
You kind of had to get thrown in the fire at quarterback a year ago because of an injury. What was that adjustment like for you to really change over and have to play the quarterback position last year? And then how do you feel like that your experience a year ago has really paid off for you this year?
It was pretty difficult at first. I ain't gonna say difficult. It was just hard for me to sit in the pocket and read the defense. But I played DB, so I kind of knew a little bit about a quarterback and all that. And but reading my coverages and all that and being comfortable with my lines, it kind of took time. And this year, I mean, it paid off because I could sit in the pocket longer and try to make a play. And last year, I would have tried to scramble and try to run, But I mean, I just trust my old line and try to make a play.
Yeah, and I mean, I was telling you before that I could tell. I got to see you play against Benjamin Russell, and I could tell that you looked more comfortable throwing the ball. And I think that you can tell that, that you're seeing the field better, and the way your touches on passes are a lot better. And I mean, what do you think it is this year that, and is there a point in the year that you feel like things really started clicking for you this season, that where you started playing probably your best football at that quarterback position?
Yes, Coach Perry have us throwing like 500 balls a game. I'm in practice, so I mean, I would just work on my accuracy, before practice, after practice, and then I'll have the receivers stand out the practice, and we'll work on our routes to get our timing down. So I mean, I think a lot of it paid off this summer. I mean, I go to my trainer too, and I work on my QB stuff and my rollouts and all that. So I mean, I took the time, because usually I work on my craft on defense. I work at DB, but then I was like, it ain't no point because I started at quarterback, so I was working on my arm. And that's what I was telling Coach Perry. I was like, I'll tell him thank you after a game or something, because without him having us throwing the ball so much, my arm probably wouldn't have been as strong, like, for the whole fourth quarters. So.
You guys are welcoming in Spanish Fort this week, and it's a team that you guys have played the last couple of years and have, you know, done pretty well against. And you got them coming back here at home now, and you'll get to play a home game in the playoffs. And number one, how important is that for y'all to come back home and get to play at home? But then number two, how much are you looking forward to playing a Spanish Fort team that historically has been one of the best in this classification?
It's important that we playing at home, because we kind of, I think we're like 1-3 at home. So I mean, it's gonna be big for us to get come back home and show the fans that we're a better team. Like, we're more of a team now, and get the win. It's gonna be great. But playing Spanish Fort again, it's gonna be a tough game. I mean, we 2-0 against them, so I know they're gonna try to come at us at their hardest. So we gotta just no mistakes, less mistakes. We gotta work hard, play the whole fourth quarters, and get the win.
And I mean, you know, 1-3 at home, you don't see that very often, you know. And do you think that playing all the road games at the beginning of the year, I'm sure it had to have paid off for this first round win doing that, but do you think that also affected, maybe you weren't used to the home routine,
yes,
and so late in the year, it was just different to you guys than when you did play home games?
I think so. We so used to being on the road. I mean, I don't even know for real. But yeah,
You just don't see it often. You know, that's the thing. Like, you don't see a team go 1-3 at home and have, I guess, the struggles that you guys have had at home, but then the success that you guys have been able to have on the road. It's just you don't see that very often. What do you is there anything you can kind of point your finger at that you think may play a part in it?
Probably the crowd. We used to, like, our fans coming with us, but like not as big as it been. Since we've been at home. So I don't know for real. I guess, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Is it kind of hard to block that out, or is it something that you aren't really thinking of going into the second round game?
I don't really think of that for real. Like with the fans and all that, I don't really pay attention to it. I just block everybody out. Like coaches sometimes, I just block them out, just be in my own mode. My mood, I like just sit alone, throw with Rob, the other QB, and just get my mind right on the game and just focus on the game.
You know, for you, obviously, you know, you were a runner at first, and that's kind of what your game was last year, I think, was that you were able to scramble and get around. Obviously, it was kind of, you know, taught this year that they wanted you to stay in the pocket and they wanted you to throw a little bit more. But is there any times when you're sitting back there and that kind of clicks in your head where I want to take off, but maybe I need to stay in the pocket, and maybe is that something you're thinking about back there now?
It's like most of the teams we played, they have a QB spot now. So like last year they wouldn't have a QB spot. So I can see that and just take off. But this year I kind of like, when I step up in the pocket, I see the linebacker coming down. So I just try to keep my eyes open downfield and try to make a play. And I was telling the coach, I was like, my goal is to have more passing yards this year than rushing. So I was gonna keep my word on that.
And how do you feel about that goal that you've had? I mean, have you been able to accomplish that?
Yes, sir. I think I accomplished it so far, but I still got a lot to work on. So it's still more. I want to get like 2,000 passing yards.
I got you. Well, man, congratulations on being Athlete of the Week. Congratulations on a successful season so far, and good luck to y'all Friday night as you play Spanish Fort.
Yes, sir. Thank you.